Alright, for once we're gonna have some appropriate music. So, Final Fantasy V is coming to JP in just a few short days, and because of that... Why is my microphone... Okay, it's working, but I guess let's just keep it in. Anyway, my amazing intro. Final Fantasy V event is coming very soon to JP, and as such, you basically know a good number of the details, but we have a few new details today, and it was worthy of making a video despite how fatigued I am. So let's take a look. So Bart's basically physical unit, going to be very powerful, light elemental, but might actually be useful in different elemental teams depending on how strong his abilities are. Either way, something we didn't talk about before is his limit burst animation, which basically does feature a lot of the Wotv weapons. If you've seen any of like Bart's limit bursts from various Dissidia games, for example, he sometimes, like in the animation, he will have like multiple swords across different Final Fantasies, which is really, really, cool nod to Bart's being like a job master, and just fusing them all together is really cool. Here, you can actually see different Wotv swords, which is kind of fun, I have to say, and nice little details in there if you ever get to check it out and pause it on the video. But yeah, Bart's here. We know basically what his limit burst does. We know that it powers him up and AP costs down. We know that he has large AoEs. We know he has some interesting skills for himself that allow him to deal damage from a distance. And all of that is going to be really interesting to see in official numbers once it comes out. And now we actually do know a little bit more about him, his master ability. So master ability, own slash attack resistance penetration plus 10, area attack resistance plus 10. So a little durability and a little bit of offense. Kind of interesting. Not too terribly much extra for detail, but it's still detail, and I am telling it to you. Okay, next up, Lena, and Lena is going to be our 90 cost. Now, of course, Bart's first copy will be free. After that, you will basically be in charge of trying to get the shards to upgrade him. Lena, on the other hand, will be a gacha character, and she's basically a magic character, and healer primarily, with a good amount of support in increasing other units' attack capabilities, and last but not least, also just having some other like supportive skills. I mean, she does have Valentine Miranda's job, which is a very good job actually right now, and Green Mage. Both of these might provide enough interesting stuff to her kit, but talking about both Bart's, I want to say Locke so bad, but it's not. It's the white hair and white element that's fooling me. I have to say that taking a look at the two Final Fantasy V characters, it's going to be interesting to see where they fit in. Bart seems to have a lot of properties to be on multiple different teams and still be fairly successful. I think Bart's is going to be really in line with someone like Lightning when she came out, just being very powerful, very good for multiple different users and new players and old players alike. So I'm really, excited about Bart's, but one of the things I've been thinking about is Lena, because in the conversation with Lena, obviously the re-raise effect that she can give to other characters is really neat, because up until now, Wind has really focused on the Sadali, Flyglassy, June comp, which is tried and true and tested. But the more I think about it, the more I think that Lena could actually totally supplant Sadali for a couple of reasons, because Sadali works very well into the comp that we've mentioned, and he works good in other comps too. But I think that Lena giving re-raise to characters who don't have re-raise, like I think of characters like Edward from Full Metal Alchemist. I think about potentially like Rizal. Rizal doesn't have it She was the one I was thinking about before this video, and I'm just going to blah 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 blah. Totally not stuff up. Blah 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 blah. Rysel, like, as I get reminded of her kit, has like some really interesting like select a target attacks, some AoE stuff, some absorbing, healing, removing, what's it called? Like giving herself barriers and everything. So she has a lot of survivability in that sense, but she didn't have like her own survivability like re-raise. So yeah, I'm very, very curious about Lena opening up brand new wind comps with Bart's. I mean, until I test his ability, it's hard to say how good it will be. But Bart's feels like interesting. That's the thing. Both of these characters feel interesting, but I think Lena is just more interesting from a wind user perspective, to kind of see like maybe opening up different damage types, because she can still buff attack power, and being able to just give multiple targets re-raise in a single instance is like a very powerful ability to those characters who don't have re-raise. I'm not saying that you completely remove Fly Glassy, but I'm saying that maybe you can open up to what a win team looks like and what a win team needs to be truly amazing. So I'm really curious about Lena, and I think that it's one of those ones who has a 90 cost on the tag, but might end up being closer to 100 when it's all said and done. So yeah, that's basically the two FF5 units. Looking forward to seeing what they are. But now we also have the VC details, and this VC turned out to be a little bit different from what I thought it would be. I was thinking, oh yeah, it's going to be something for Lena, maybe, right? Well, not exactly, and I'm just going to redo this. So, Sword Group, Warrior Sword Group with Knight, and Great Sword are all the ones that benefit from this VC, which is a definitely interesting group. Also, so the party effect is raises human physical killer, and also raises elemental chain resistance while giving accuracy up for maxing out the VC. As for the bestowed effect, it's also accuracy and its attack up. So this is 100% a physical based card for physical units such as Bart's. And I have to say, Great Sword and Sword combos, I really need to just look this up. So we're looking at the Warrior group, which is like the Yuffie card from the FF7 remake, and the Knight group is actually like the Inherited Wills. So taking a look there, the characters that we're looking at, different stuff such as Gilgamesh, looks like we got the Squire class, we got Warrior of Light, Titus, or Titus, depending on how you prefer it. You are Mont. Let's see. Waiting for this. Master of Monster Kind, so Pizarro. We have the Persona Violet one, and last but not least, Duelist. And taking a look at the other group, we have Paladin, we have Calf, Rune Knight, Prince of Lucius Noctis, Magitech Elite, Imperial Rune Knight, we have Wing Stearns group, we have Further of Amnitris, I'm doing a really bad job, and Lightning as well. So this VC is really interesting. It's a very strong VC with a fairly high amount of accuracy and still something brand new on it. Elemental Chain Resistance. I think that this VC might be pretty close to one that is just spend the 10k if you have to get it, because sword groups, like sword, there's always going to be more swords in the future, and this VC has physical human killer on it, which more than likely swords are just going to be physical attack ups, like you think of Squall potentially in the future. Now, it depends which group Squall gets put into, but on average, I think that this will be a very, very good VC, and the accuracy up is potentially good in multiple different elements for just dealing with like not like sure hit evaders. So yeah, I think I really like this VC right now. So far, unfortunately, I have to say I like everything that's coming with the FF5 collaboration. I like the characters, I like the vision cards. So far, everything is really interesting, and that can spell a little bit of scariness because who knows. But yeah, plenty of stuff to look forward to, so tune in on Friday and see what the details are later. Oh yeah, and the banners probably won't be anything unexpected. Yeah, like they're gonna be generous. See ya.